Heading on a road trip soon and you have prediabetes, this video is going to give you all the tips and tricks to keep those sugars in check while you're on the road. Hi, I'm Tegan Bissell, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified diabetes educator. I'm the founder of Resilient Nutrition, a virtual private practice helping individuals lower sugars, manage their weight, and prevent diabetes without restrictive dieting. When you're going on a vacation or a road trip, your health and wellness goals are usually the last thing on your mind. And for good reason. We work hard to have the break that we so deserve. But once you hit the road, you might feel like throwing your cares away, decompressing, indulging, and not really thinking about any of your usual responsibilities. But we also want to feel our best on the trip and enjoy it to the fullest, right? Tossing away all of the health habits that we've worked so hard to build up can leave us feeling tired, bloated, achy, and disappointed in ourselves after a few days of overindulgence. The greasy, high calorie foods that we find on the road and the sugary snacks and excessive alcohol, while fun in the moment, can put a strain on the remainder of the trip and leave you feeling even less rested and rejuvenated when you get back home. It can be especially tricky on a road trip to maintain good eating habits when dining options are limited and your body is stuck in a car seat for hours at a time. So it's worth planning ahead and incorporating strategies to eat well so that you can come home feeling great in your skin with all of those amazing new memories. So we're going to go over what foods to pack, where to stop and eat on the road, and additional tricks to keep those blood sugars under control. Now, the key to maintaining good habits while on the road is being prepared before you even leave the house. So hit up the grocery store the week before you're leaving and buy a mix of cold and shelf stable foods. Pack up your cooler properly with all of the cold items and plan to eat them up in the first day or two. As you use up cold foods, you can transition over to your shelf stable foods. Having food with you makes it so much easier on a road trip because you know you can stop if you want, but you don't have to until your food runs out. Load up the cooler with plenty of proteins with things like chicken salad, cooked egg muffins, three bean salads, cheese sticks, boiled eggs, yogurt, salsa, pickles, or low sodium deli meats. Pack up a choice of sliced veggies, raw pea pods, green beans, cherry tomatoes, berries, and hummus for easy finger foods. If you're able to bake up a healthy casserole dish, you can make something like a lasagna and freeze it a night or two before you hit the road. It makes for a fabulous home cooked meal once it defrosts, and bonus, it helps to keep that cooler extra cold. Load up a snack bag as well. You can do things like apples, pears, cherries, nut mixes, cheese crisps, lightly salted popcorn, dried chickpeas, turkey jerky, whole grain tortilla chips, a jar of natural peanut butter, and of course some dark chocolate for something sweet. Bring a pack of your favorite 6-inch whole grain tortillas, and you can wrap up some of those proteins like the chicken salad and make a really quick sandwich that you can eat without even having to pull off the road. You can also carry things like protein drinks and protein bars, which can get you through a breakfast or a light lunch if there really isn't just any good food options that you feel good about. By being prepared with at least some basics for lunch and snacks, you can avoid spending extra money on the road and eat foods that you know fit into your plan. Once you've been on the road and you've used up some of that food in your cooler, you might be thinking about stopping somewhere to eat. Pulling into a sit down restaurant is a great option because they have a wide variety of foods to pick from. You can pick a very balanced meal by going for a good serving of vegetables, a lean protein, and a choice of complex carbohydrate. If you want to have an alcoholic drink, go for low calorie or sugar free to avoid those extra calories and avoid that sugar crash throughout the evening. If you're looking for something a bit faster and maybe you don't have time to sit down in a restaurant, try to find the closest grocery store instead of going to a fast food restaurant. A lot of grocery chains have many pre made meals near the deli, or you can piece together a filling meal yourself with a variety of foods for about the same price as a restaurant meal. Options can be as simple as a container of tuna salad, box of whole grain crackers, a bag of baby carrots, and a yogurt. You can also restock the cooler at this time with fresh ice and whatever healthy pre-made options the grocery store has in stock. Now, if your only option is to pull through the drive-through, consider the options on the menu that could fit inside of your health goals. For example, is there a side salad on the menu? Can you get a grilled sandwich instead of a fried one? Can the fries be substituted for another side? And of course, go for water or low calorie drinks. Sometimes the most indulgent option is really tempting in the moment, but after eating it, we can be left feeling groggy, uncomfortable, or gassy. And that's definitely not a good situation when you're on the road or in a hotel room with other people. Finally, don't forget other key essentials like packing enough water for everyone to stay hydrated. Keep in mind adults need 8 cups minimum per day, but most adults actually need more than that, especially in the summer months. You can also stock up on seltzers and sugar free water flavorings to keep your hydration a bit more interesting over the course of the road trip. Throw a first aid bag in your back seat as well, with additional supplies like ibuprofen, a good quality probiotic to prevent that dreaded traveler's diarrhea, your supplements, and medications, making sure you have more than enough to make it through the entire trip. If you do monitor your blood sugars, don't forget extra test strips. And of course, you always want to have sunscreen and safety items like blankets and flashlights. If you are prone to hypoglycemia, these are low blood sugars, be sure to bring glucose tablets or boxes of raisins. The last thing you want is to be stuck miles away from the nearest gas station and start feeling your sugar drop. The last thing we want to do is to get some movement. So you can toss in a comfortable pair of walking shoes in your bag for those rest stops and gas breaks to get your body moving. Because road trips often involve long stretches of time where we're sitting, make sure to pull over every few hours. Get out of the car to stretch and incorporate any physical activity that you can. Remember that with less movement, sugars are more likely to trend higher, even when eating the same diet. It could be a lap or two around the rest area. Be sure to stay safe in your surroundings or do just a few jumping jacks by your car. Bring some activities to get you moving once you arrive to your destination, such as a jump rope, hula hoop, frisbee, or football. Some people plan recreational stops along their road trip to sneak in some of that additional physical activity. For example, incorporate a day at the amusement park. You can get a ton of steps this way, or stop by the beach or a trail hike just to break up the monotony of sitting. Whatever your method is, you're going to most likely feel energized and in better spirits throughout your trip by ensuring that you have some way to move your body. Lastly, grab a new book or put on a podcast about an inspiring topic to keep you moving towards your health goals. It doesn't have to be related to health, but just hearing positive reminders about how capable you are when you put your mind to something, hearing success stories from others, and learning new things is such a tremendous way to pass the time and beat the boredom on a long road trip. So, what's your next road trip you have planned? I'd love to hear your suggestions on where you're headed or where you've already been. Let me know below if you enjoyed these road trip ideas. I'm Tegan Bissell, your prediabetes dietitian. Subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks to manage your sugars, prevent diabetes, and live your best life with prediabetes.